This is Amateur Radio Doors Global Daily Newswire for November 11th, 2023. The purpose of this wire is an effort to update amateur radio operators and enthusiasts on current events related to amateur radio, cybersecurity, space weather, general space news, and global geopolitics. If you're listening to this wire on YouTube, please subscribe and forward to other amateur radio operators. News summary. Let's start with amateur radio news for November 17th, 2023. U.S. strategy targets expand spectrum use. A recent strategy in the U.S. focuses on expanding spectrum use across 5 bands. Alongside, the FCC has removed outdated restrictions on digital modes and extended the comment window on the 60-meter proposal. Veterans have been honoring fellow veterans through amateur radio. The source for this news is Amateur Radio Newsline, Report 2403. Let's move now to cybersecurity news. According to Executive.gov, a joint advisory by federal agencies on cybersecurity, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, the FBI, and the Multi-State Information Sharing and Analysis Center have issued a cybersecurity advisory warning of potential threats. According to Bleeping Computer, FBI and CISA released advisory on Scatter, a Spider Hacker Collective. The FBI and CISA have released an advisory regarding the Scatter Spider Hacker Collective. This group is known for its evasive tactics and poses a significant cybersecurity threat. Moving now on to space weather. According to spaceweather.com and published by Yahoo News, the Sun emits X1 class solar flare. NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory, SDO, captured an X1.1 class solar flare. The flare caused a strong shortwave radio blackout over South America. Now let's move to current space weather and forecast, extracted from spaceweather.com. As of November 17th, 2023, here's the current space weather and forecast for the next 24 hours. We're also providing analysis pertinent to amateur radio operators. Solar wind and flares. Current solar wind speed is 411.3 kilometers per second. The density is 1.01 protons over centimeter cubic. X-ray solar flares. The 6-hour maximum is at a B9 level, and the 24-hour maximum is at a C4 level. Sunspot activity. Currently, some sunspots are stable to quiet with a sunspot number of 28. Radius sun with a 10.7 centimeter flux and 118 solar flux unit, indicating ionospheric conditions affecting radio propagation. Regarding geomagnetic activity, the current planetary K index is now at a KP of 0.33 and the 24-hour maximum with a KP of 2.33. The forecast for the next 24 hours. Let's move to flare probabilities. Class M at 15%, Class X at 1%, geomagnetic storms, mid-latitudes active at 15%, minor 5%, severe 1%, and high latitudes active at 15%, minor at 20%, and severe at 20%. Implications for amateur radio operators. On HF band propagation, stable conditions are likely due to low sunspot activity and quiet geomagnetic conditions. However, a moderate chance of M-class flares could lead to brief disruptions. VHF and UHF bands, these bands should remain stable as they are less affected by the current solar and geomagnetic activities. Long-distance communication. Favorable conditions are expected for long-distance communications on lower HF bands, thanks to the quiet geomagnetic conditions. Auroral activity. With the increased geomagnetic activity at high latitudes, operators in these regions may experience some effects on VHF propagation. Moving now to space news. According to Reuters, delay in SpaceX's Starship test flight. SpaceX has postponed its second test flight by a day due to hardware swap. The launch is now rescheduled for Saturday. Space News reports China launches ocean monitoring satellite. China has launched a new generation Haiyang ocean monitoring satellite, marking a significant step in its space exploration efforts. Let's read now the upcoming spacecraft launches. Falcon 9 Block 5, Starlink 6 Group 6 of 28, launching from Space Launch Complex 40 on Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, Florida. The launch time is scheduled for 11 p.m. East Standard Time. Falcon 9 Block 5, Starlink Group 7 of 7, is scheduled to launch from Space Force Launch Complex 4E on Vandenberg, SFB, California, USA, at 0717 UTC. Starship Integrated Flight Test 2, IFT-2, SpaceX Super Heavy Booster and Starship vehicle are set for a second fully integrated test flight. The launch is now scheduled from Starbase Boca Chica Beach, Texas, between 7 and 7:20 a.m. Central Standard Time, or 13:00 to 13:20 UTC. Global geopolitics. According to Reuters, geopolitical angst in financial markets, Bank of America's recent survey reveals worsening geopolitics as the bigger tail risk for markets amidst conflicts such as the Gaza crisis. According to Foreign Policy, potential U.S. involvement in global conflicts. The United States is reportedly close to involvement in a potential world war, with serious conflicts requiring attention in key global regions. According to ARAM Online, stabilizing relations between U.S. and China. In their first face-to-face meeting in a year, U.S. President Biden and China's Xi Jinping have vowed to stabilize their relationship, focusing on issues like illegal fentanyl and military communications. According to AP News, EU's call to China on climate change. The European Union has urged China to halt the construction of new coal-fired power plants and contribute to a global fund aimed at helping countries affected by climate change. Let's talk about the dissemination of this wire. Primary transmission of this wire is on JSS called primary 14-meter frequency at 2100 UTC. This wire is also available on request for WinLink mailboxes. We're providing the email below. The contact information for this wire is Luis Santiago, Hotel Bravo 9, Hotel Juliet Uniform, on Kloten, Zurich, Switzerland, with the website aro.travel, Alfa Romeo Oscar, Tango Radio, Alpha Victor Echo Lima, and the email go@aro.travel. Invitation to other operators. If you believe this daily newswire is helpful, please forward it to other operators. We are definitely more than grateful for your support. If you like this daily newswire and want to subscribe, please go to our YouTube channel or send a WinLink email to ARO-WNLKnet@winlink.org. Repeating that, Alfa Romeo Oscar, Whiskey November Lima, Kilo November, Echo Tango @winlink.org, with the subject subscribe to ARO-GDNW. Final disclaimer. This newswire was initially generated using OpenAI's GPT-4 language model as an initial draft and is only valid for November 17, 2023. This newswire undergoes vetting, editing, validation of sources, and analysis by our editorial team for accuracy and relevance. Feedback on this wire can be provided via WinLink to the previous email, aro-winlinknet@winlink.org, or via normal email to go@aro.travel.